Most men lose her not because they didn't love her, but because they clung to her like cowards, because they feared the silence, because they thought love meant possession, because they begged for closeness instead of commanding respect. Let me make something brutally clear. If you have to hold her too tight, she was never yours to begin with. Modern men are weak. And it's not society's fault. It's not your parents. It's not the algorithm. It's you. You were raised to feel everything and control nothing. You were trained to measure your worth by the attention of women. You were taught that if you just try harder, text more, chase her longer, she'll love you back. But nature doesn't reward desperation, it devours it. A lion doesn't chase, he watches, he waits, he knows what he is. But you held her too tight because you didn't know what you were without her. And that is why she left. Not because you were too nice, not because you didn't provide, but because you became soft in her presence. You made her your identity. You suffocated her with your insecurity. And now you're broken, searching for a way to get her back. This isn't a video about winning her over. This is about reclaiming yourself, becoming a man again, because if you don't, she'll leave again, and so will the next one. You cannot keep a woman by force. You keep her by presence, by power, by purpose, not pressure. Let's begin. Step 1. Burn the illusion. She was never yours. What did you think you had? A forever promise? A soulmate contract? She was a guest in your life, nothing more. And you tried to make her the architect of your kingdom. You planned your days around her. You ignored your mission to feed her emotions. You stopped leading. And in that weakness she saw a child, not a king. You were living under illusion. That love means control. That closeness means constant communication. That her presence defines your peace. Burn that. Burn it all. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. She is an outside event, not your anchor, not your God, not your purpose. The tighter you hold her, the faster she will run. And rightly so, because no woman respects a man who clings. Step 2. Become the fortress, not the fisherman. You were casting lines, texting, checking in, trying to talk it out, trying to make it work. Fisherman behavior, throwing bait, hoping for a bite. What you should have been is a fortress, immovable, structured, disciplined, stoic. She doesn't fall for the man who needs her. She melts for the man who can walk away from her without flinching. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." You wanted her too much, more than your peace, more than your mission, more than your honor. So she tested you, ignored your texts, delayed her replies, created tension. And what did you do? You cracked. You folded to emotion. You became noise. You forgot silence is a stoic man's weapon. Next time, you build walls. Not walls to hide, but walls to stand behind as a man of structure, so she knows your value doesn't come from her attention. It comes from your core. Step 3. Stop worshipping her. Worship discipline instead. She's not your savior. She's not your source. She's not the prize. You are. But only if you build yourself. Only if you stop waking up for her validation and start rising for your purpose. Let her go. Not because you hate her, but because you love yourself too much to beg. Every second you spend thinking about how to win her back is a second you could have spent building your body, your business, your name. She wasn't the mission. She was a moment. Don't build monuments to a moment. Discipline is your deity now. She texted another guy, train harder. She left without a word, make more money. She disrespected you, upgrade your boundaries. Love her? Sure, but from a place of detachment. Because if your love is chained to her presence, it's not love. it's dependence. And dependence is weakness, and weakness dies in the wild. Step 4. Kill the inner child. Raise the inner warrior. The boy inside you still cries for her, still checks her last scene, still wonders who she's texting now, still imagines some perfect version of the past. Kill that boy. He's the one who ruins your name, who makes you soft, who apologizes when you should walk, who explains when you should go silent. A real man doesn't explain his value. He embodies it. He doesn't argue for respect. He commands it. He doesn't ask to be chosen. He chooses himself. Seneca wrote, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive." Fear of loss is a form of death. You feared losing her, so you lost yourself. You want power? Kill the boy. Raise the warrior. A warrior doesn't cry when she leaves. He sharpens his sword. He sets fire to the past and writes his own code. He understands. She was a lesson, not a loss. Step 5. Lead or be left behind. A woman cannot follow a man who has no direction, and direction is not found in her. It is found in your mission, in your why. When you placed her at the center of your universe, you made her God. You made her your compass. You made her the throne. But a kingdom ruled by a queen alone collapses. She didn't leave because she was cruel. She left because you were lost. Because you asked her to lead when you were born to. Because you had no mission beyond keeping her. This is the root, the truth most men never face. You were holding her too tight. Because you had nothing else to hold on to. Let her go, so you can grip your mission again. Build, plan, lead, and if she returns, fine. But this time she enters your frame. She adapts to your code. She respects your law. And if not, she leaves and you remain unmoved. Let her go, or she will keep owning you. Let her go, not for her, for you. Because every day you check her page, you die a little. Every time you replay what went wrong, you rot. Every time you imagine what could have been, you shrink. Let her go. Because men who hold too tight get broken. Because men who chase get mocked. Because men who beg get deleted. Let her go, so you can breathe again, so you can rise again, so you can lead again. A Stoic man walks alone before he ever clings to chaos. A Stoic man would rather be hated for standing firm than loved for bending into dust. You were never meant to be soft. You were meant to be sovereign. So reclaim your strength, reclaim your time, reclaim your name, because if you don't, you'll keep losing to the boy inside you. You held her too tight. Now let her go, not with bitterness, but with purpose. She was not the point. You are. Your mission is. Your discipline is. The world isn't waiting for you to cry. It's waiting for you to rise. Strength is built in silence. Excellence is earned, not given. Hit like, subscribe, then shut this video down and get to work. Your life depends on it.